My position hasn't changed on the potential in this squad. I think it should not be beyond us to make the run of 32, possibly run of 16. Number one, I like the appointment because if we look at Ghana's history, this is the best we have done. We have not hired a coach with a bigger profile than. In fact, the biggest name Ghana had hired was someone who had a short stint at West Ham and was caretaker coach at Chelsea. That was the sum of his experience. And I'm talking here about Avram Grant when we hired him. Carlos Queiroz has coached Portugal, Colombia, Egypt, Real Madrid, assistant at Manchester United across 2 stints. That is bigger than any profile that we have hired. Economically, I think the FA and the Sports Ministry have played a blinder. Whatever they said to him to come down from the $200,000 US dollars that we're told he was holding out for, to be able to negotiate it to less than around 50% of the price, they negotiated well, because the best coaches in the world operate within a certain wage and compensation brackets. We don't play in that realms. We've never been there. And so we're already constrained in terms of the options we're going to have because of the money that we're willing to pay. I've spoken about the issue of the style and those concerns. If there is anything, I think the objective conclusion we should draw is that Carlos Queiroz is someone who is tactically malleable, because his Real Madrid team was very attacking, scored a lot of goals. His Manchester United team also very attacking. Portugal obviously was expansive. That is 3 teams.
Okay.
2 clubs, 1 national team. In fact, 4 if you had Colombia. 4 teams where they were heavy on attacking football. Then you also have about 3 or 4 teams where it was very defensive, compact football, but still got results nonetheless. So Iran took them to 2 World Cups playing compacts, what I would call reductive football, if you introduce it into the context of big clubs. But for Iran, it was necessary to get results. Then you want to talk about Egypt as well. Took them to the AFCON final, playing football that was very compact and not expansive.
So you're suggesting that he's the man who can read the game, the man who looks at the assets available to him
and formulates a strategy according to that. What for me is more important beyond the conversation of style is the substance and winning. Now, I am perpetually wedded to attacking football. That one, irrespective of what the team is and what elements are at play, I gravitate towards, because I want football that is entertaining first, and then the results. However, I'm willing to compromise in this situation because I think we cannot continue on the trajectory that we have been in the last 7 years in terms of the Black Stars' record in competitive games. Did you know that since 2019, the Black Stars have played 16 games in major tournaments? We've won just 2.
Hey. 1 in the World Cup?
Yes. 1 in the World Cup, 1 in the AFCON. The AFCON win came in 2019 when we exited round of 16. That was against Guinea-Bissau. We couldn't beat Benin at that tournament. We couldn't beat Cameroon. Then AFCON 2021. We lost to Morocco. Couldn't beat Gabon. Couldn't beat Comoros. We lost to Comoros. AFCON, then the World Cup, we beat South Korea, but lost to Portugal and Uruguay.
Yeah.
AFCON 2023, we lost to Cape Verde. We couldn't beat Egypt. We couldn't beat Mozambique. So 2 wins in 16. Losing to teams like Cape Verde and Comoros. Beggars can be choosers. We are not at that point where we should be prioritizing the beauty of the results or the beauty of the football over the results.
Okay.
We need to get used to winning. And that's why, for me, Carlos Queiroz or whoever was going to be the Black Stars coach, my demands were simple. Get this team back to winning at major tournaments. Because if we slip any further, look, the last AFCON we did not qualify. If we slip any further, it would mean that even the continental qualifiers, the World Cup and the AFCON qualifiers, we are poor across both.